Can you explain me what are you doing here at Rio+20?
Yes, I'm here at Rio+20 because we've been working on gender and climate change for some time now. We were supported by the UN Women through its Fund for Gender Equality to do some work on gender and climate change in Ghana and some countries in the West Africa region. We are also members of Energia, which is the International Gender and Energy Network, as well as WIDO, which is the Women Environment and Development Organization. So through our membership of these networks and coalitions, we have been part of the process of engaging with climate change and sustainable development for a long period of time to ensure that women are recognized as a major group and that our issues are factored into the discussions.
And what are the changes that you expect after the discussions here in Rio+20?
I think it's a very challenging conference because many of the commitments were reached 20 years ago, but we can still see that there are still huge gaps. For those of us working on women's rights and gender equality issues, we recognize that every time we have to fight to make sure that the links between gender equality and the goals of sustainable development are recognized. And so we are expecting that at the end of this conference, we will be able to recommit to the promotion of women's rights and gender equality, as has been acknowledged in UN agreements and conventions, and also in agreements and laws and regulations operating in our continent, Africa, and also in our various countries.
And how's the discussions going so far?
Well, there are many conflicting interests, but I think the important thing is the voice of women and men who suffer on a daily basis the changes in the climatic conditions. I'm sure you are aware that in Africa we are the ones experiencing the worst forms of climate change, and you must also know that if you take all the indicators of development, you find out that Africa is really at the bottom, and yet we are expected to kind of negotiate with others, but we think that inequality is the experience of inequality in Africa is too much, and that there has to be a recognition of the need for those who have created much more destruction in the world to provide the needed resources and to recommit to making sure that there's more equity, that there is inclusive development, and that we recognize that social justice is very important, and that within the framework of social justice, gender equality is also recognized.
Okay.